all what I had anticipated in rabbinical school, but I have a feeling that I'm not going to be the only person like this, and the rabbis who are studying right now to become rabbis are also going to have some really unpredictable careers ahead of them because of this very rapidly changing world that we're in. I really wish that I had learned more business skills in rabbinical school. I wish that I had learned more management skills in rabbinical school. I think I spend a lot of time and energy thinking about social entrepreneurship, doing cash flow budgeting. I don't think these are ridiculous topics that have come up in our religious institutions. And I think every rabbi moving forward, we've talked already about, in the first panel it came up about changing financial models. I think the membership model that exists in synagogues is going to be replaced by something else, and I don't know exactly what it's going to be, but there's no question in my mind that every rabbi in the future is going to have to be involved in fundraising in some very significant ways, and that some of the money is going to come internally or whatever, and some of it is going to have to be raised in an external way, and we need to be money savvy and capable of talking about it and having those conversations and exploring the whole set of Jewish texts and values that are around them so that it comes out of a tradition and doesn't feel like something that we do with a separate hat. I'm the rabbi and I'm the executive director. Well, no, how do I be at the same time the rabbi and the executive director in one hat and from one place? Second that I was thinking about is, again, for the training of current rabbinical students, let people know that it's okay to get out of the existing norms. I think that we're very resigned to feeling like just because a pattern has been for the past generation or two, maybe it's always been that way and we can't upset that norm. And one example that I'm thinking about a lot right now is bar or bat mitzvah and how that's used as an entry point to Jewish life very often, but we create a whole system of rules and do some delicate or sometimes not so delicate arm twisting or wrangling around, you have to join a synagogue by this point, you have to attend this and this. We have a checklist that, we'll take attendance at synagogue. And I know from within my own family, it can be a farce, and people jump through those hoops, but nobody comes out feeling good about jumping through hoops in a system like that. So, what if we just said, hey, let's scrap it and start over again? That system isn't working. The parents are just going and sitting at Starbucks after they've dropped the kids off in synagogue so that the kid gets to stick around the attendance chart. Like, that's not working. Maybe it shouldn't, maybe we can just rethink these assumptions that has to be the entry point, or that we have to create the rules and the structures where we do. So I think giving rabbinical students permission to think broadly is really important. And then the third, also something that was touched on in that first panel, when someone made the comment about the fact that Jews don't attend places of worship at higher rate than any other population except nuns, that our Jewish institutions still measure affiliation through synagogue affiliation, and synagogues that we have today, I think, were very much created on the post-World War II church model. And they're suburban institutions, and they exist in a particular way, but they are set up as houses of worship. And the financial model revolves around that, the way that the buildings are set up, the way that clergy time is structured. It's prayer-centric, and I'm not sure that it needs to be. And I say this as a rabbi who really loves, I really love davening, I really do. And I have a minyan as a central part of what I do, and I don't expect everybody to show up to it. And frankly, I'm just as happy when people come and engage through weekly study or a book club or whatever set of activities, as long as there's really strong content in them. So I want to get out of that sort of prayer-centric notion that that's the way that we measure our success as rabbis, is how many people are sitting in the pews on Shabbat morning or even on the holidays, and instead try to figure out what meaningful and regular and sustained engagement would really look like. So I'm thinking a lot about this rabbinic education stuff and thinking about what it would look like to have interns come out and get to play in Seattle with me over summer or whenever. We'll see how that goes.